Okay, so I made a list of all of our drawings. And they always come in pairs for the most part. And we figured out that each pair is a word, but one of them is missing a letter. So the pine tree is always paired, not always, but if it is paired with the pin, it means pine and pin, and the missing letter is an E. And then the clock and the lock often go together. So the missing letter is a C. So these ones in white are the ones we figured out on stream. These ones in green are the ones I figured out while putting the spreadsheet together. So we found out the stag with the tag, if I remember right. Where's the tag? The dog tag. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Stag and tag. And that made me get stag and stage because there was the theater one. I kept calling it a theater, but for this instance, it's the stage. So I found out this whole list of paired drawings go together, and they're all missing one letter. There's still a few that I don't know. The ones with the question marks are ones I haven't figured out yet. There's the storm cloud and the bundle of wheat. There's the cliff and dog tag. All right, the chat thing is kind of bugging me, so if anybody's here, can you just like type something in chat? Besides my bot. I want to make sure the chat's working. And then we also have the airplane and the globe, which I haven't figured out yet either. Oh, hi Porges, how's it going? Thank you for typing. All right, so yeah, this is kind of what I figured out. That there's something to do with missing letters on these drawings, or paintings, whatever you want to call them. Now, what the missing letters mean, I haven't figured out yet. But we figured out that there's some sort of letter missing thing going on with these drawings. Anyway, Porges, how's your Thursday going? All right, so let's switch back to the game. Let's get my spreadsheet out of the way. Somebody on YouTube was like, you do a spreadsheet for a video game? And I was like, if you knew this video game, you would understand. If you knew what this game was like, you would understand. Okay. So, I need to get... because I haven't played in 2 weeks. We also found a book last time that gave tips. It was like... do these certain rooms together, you know, like if you can, obviously. There's some randomness there. But it's good to pair these two, and unfortunately, I don't remember what they all were. I think it was in the library. I checked it out. I'd have to go back and watch the VOD. I do remember it also said that it's probably best to build out... Hey, Porges, thank you for the follow. 99, we're one away, guys. We're one away. It's best to fill out the bottom levels because those are almost guaranteed to be unlocked. So you'll have higher chance of getting more items like keys and coins and all that sort of thing, which I hadn't really thought of. I had been building up, trying to get as far north as I could as quickly as possible. And we also kind of, I think, want to go west because there's that note that's lying. It's one of the red lie notes that said the doors to the west are more likely to be locked, but we know that's a lie. Doesn't necessarily mean that the doors to the west are going to be more likely to be unlocked, but it could. So that's why I tend to go west. All right, what do we want to do? I don't want to do the guest bedroom because it has no exit, and it would cut off the lower corner over there. Kind of with the parlor too. The hallway goes both ways. So I kind of like the hallway. Although, aren't hallways always unlocked? No, they're not. It might be better. I'm trying to remember the last stream. It might be better to put hallways a little more north. Man, I could be misremembering that. I have not reached the antechamber. No, I'm only on day 11, so I'm really early. I'm going to do the hallway. All right, so in the hallway today, we have the crowbar. What was the bar? It was the crowbar and the praying hands. I had that in here. Oh, it's pray and pry, because you use a crowbar to pry stuff open. That's what it was. Where's that at? I think that's what we figured out. Do I not have that one in the list? We have crow and row for crowbar. Oh no, there's actual a painting of a crow. Do I not have pry and pray? Huh, maybe I forgot to put that in my list. Interesting. I have it in my other notes, so let me add that one to my spreadsheet here real quick. Spreadsheets with Matthew. We have pry and pray. So the missing letter there is an A. And again, I don't know what the missing letters mean. So we're on day 11. We got the hallway. Pray and pry. Yesterday in the hallway, it was Tyr and Ty. Hey, Cactus, how's it going? Thank you for the bits. So these are different today. Wait up, you redeemed first? I thought other people redeemed first. Did the stream like glitch out at the beginning? Anyway, congrats on the first. All right, what else was going on in the hallway? I'm trying to get my bearings here because I haven't played in 2 weeks. We got a key. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. We know that's a lie. All right, we could go to the utility closet, which is useful if we get the security room, because then we can unlock all the key card doors by turning off the power. I like the storeroom because it gets us items, and it's also in the corner, so we're not blocking anything off by not by having a room with no exits. So I kind of like that. I'm gonna go in the storeroom just to get stuff. We got the key, the gem, and there's another item. There's a coin over here. Okay. What are the drawings? We have the flan and the desert. Oh, it's desert and dessert. That's what it is. So we're in the storeroom. And we have desert and dessert. So this is missing an S. What was it yesterday? What was it on day 10? And I still haven't figured out the, maybe I didn't have the storeroom on day 10. I still haven't figured out what the chess pieces mean, if they mean anything. But there's so many chess pieces, I feel like it has to mean something. Right? When was the last time I had a storeroom? Day 8? Yeah, I had a pilot and a plot. Oh, the plot of land. All right. We still have the white pawn. It's always a white pawn. I think it's always a white pawn, right? Yes. And nothing ever else seems to change. I still need to figure out what the missing letters mean. So this is a missing S. You know what I need to do is figure out if it has anything to do with what rank you're on. Because we're on rank 1 right now. You can't see it because my face is in the way. I'd have to go back through all the VODs to figure that out. All right, so let's go north here. So we made the hallway and the storeroom, and now we're going north here. So we could do the den. The parlor takes us back towards the middle with this door on the right. The coat check is a useful room, but it just cuts us off from everything. We'd have to go all the way back west or north through the entrance hall. The den has a lot of doors on it, so that's not bad. I do like the parlor one because it has the game in it, the box game, and you can get 2 gems usually. But the den already has 1 gem, so let's just do that. Excuse me. All right, so today the den has the stairs and the stars. So the missing letter is an I. Yesterday it was also the stairs and the stars. So those are the same. And I don't know if the rooms having different ones day to day means anything. Like, does that specific room changing or staying the same have any significance? So even though I figured out kind of that there's some missing letter thing going on here, I don't know what it means. We still have the white pawn. It's always a white pawn. Trying to remember what is everywhere. Sometimes I think there's a chest right here. We still have the 6 clocks, the 2 swans, the gigantic clock over here. Okay, which way do we want to go? Do we want to go more north, or the one book said try and fill out the bottom as much as you can. So I'm gonna follow that advice today and see how that works out. So we're gonna go over here. So the pantry takes us back north. It does cut off the entrance hall. The nursery, whenever you drop to bedroom, you gain 5 steps. That also cuts off. All of these cut off the entrance hall, but only the pantry has another door exiting out, and it goes north. Maybe we should have gone back through the entrance hall and over to the east side. But that takes steps. I feel like that advice about filling out the lower levels costs you more steps, because then you have to kind of go back and forth. You have to zigzag. I don't want to do the utility closet because it just puts in a block, a stop in the middle of the layout. Same with the nursery, although at least you get the 5 steps. So I'm going to go pantry. It gives us a way out. And we get extra steps. All right, what are the drawings here today? We have the bridge and the bride. Okay. Bridge and the bride. Did we do the pantry? We did. Last time the pantry was the bat in the bathtub. So today we have the bridge and the bride. All right, now where do we want to go? Do we want to go further north? Kind of, because again, the guest bedroom just cuts us off. It puts a dead stop in the middle of the layout again. Same with the closet. Sparrow makes us go further north, but I don't know if I want to go further north. Of course, I don't have to enter the room. I could just draw it. I don't have to enter it. I could go back south. The guest bedroom does give us a lot of steps. I'm debating between my old strategy of just keep going north as much as you can versus the other one. I'm going to do the guest bedroom. Maybe. Let's just do the extra steps, I guess. All right, so in here, what do we have? We have the fishing pole and the highway. It's the rod and the road. That's what it is. So we have the rod and the road in here. Oh, we have a gem. I've already read that note. Is there anything up here? I've looked over this stuff 100 times, but you never know if you're going to miss something. All right, guest bedroom. Did we go in here yesterday? We did. Yesterday was the pilot and the plot. Today it is the road and the rod. All right, so are we going to go back to the den and go north or fill out the bottom? I'm going to fill out the bottom. I'm going to follow what the book, the strategy book told me to do, or at least gave me advice to do. I'm going to try that. We can always move on to the next day. You know, I'm kind of also curious if you should just like speed run through the days just to get as much information as you can and then figure it out later, right? So I'm going to go back to the entrance hall, go back down this way. Kind of goes against my previous strategies, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we're 5 steps up. We started with 50. We're already at 55. If I cut off the nursery, we're really have very few options. The door to the north of the den would be our only way out. So I feel like I have to go to the parlor just to give us more options. All right, we have the blocks puzzle where one is a lie, one is the truth, and then the third one is either a lie or a truth. So we have the gems are in the black box. The white one is just nothing. I've never seen that before. And the gems are in the box with a statement. Okay, so if the gems are in the black box, the gems are in a box with a statement. That means these would both be true. If the blue is true, this would also be true. And this would not be a lie. This would not be a lie. It wouldn't be the truth either, it just says nothing. But one of these has to be a lie. Or two of them could be a lie. But if this could be true. Let me read the notes again. Also, I need that too. I need the wind-up key. All right, so there will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other two are always empty. Okay, so the third one actually doesn't need to be a lie or truth. It could be nothing. Which this one is. It is neither a lie or a truth, which means one of these is lying and one of these is the truth, which means this one's a lie. The gems are not in the black box. This one's true. And this one's nothing. So that means the gems are in the blue box. All right, what do we got for our drawings here? We have the pine and the pin. Pine, pin. So it is missing an E. All right, so I guess we have no choice but to go north here. I just want to take a quick glance. Is it still a black pawn? It's still a black pawn. I still have no idea what the chess pieces mean. The chess pieces never seem to change. Wait, why is there a window here? Oh, it's because it's looking south. Got it. All right. Utility closet seems kind of bad. Courtyard seems kind of good, just because the doors. The observatory always seems kind of good, because we get a bonus. So we could see what that does for us. I'm going to risk it and go observatory. All right. Let's still looking up. Let's look through here, see what we get today. We have a bunch of stars. We have 9 stars. We have the Southern Cross. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. That's awesome. And then a diamond. Okay, cool. We still have the White Knight. We've always had the White Knight. What are our drawings? We have the bathtub and the bat. We have the bat tub. All right. Did we go to the observatory yesterday? We did. We had the bridge and the bride yesterday. Wait up, is there something there? Alright, let's just make sure there's nothing up here. Which there almost never is. In fact, there never is. You can just kind of control the, you can move the telescope around. But I don't really know if that does anything. What else I haven't figured out in here is that you can move these globes. They spin around. They spin about 1.25 times around if you spin it. See, this little island here had been right here when we first spun it. So does that mean anything? Nothing's coming to mind. All right, hopefully we get a door. No, we want to go through this door. Alright, the chapel sucks. The vault. What do we do with the vault? I don't know if I've ever been in the vault. Plus 40 coins, I've definitely never been in the vault. The thing also suggested to always choose rooms you've never been in because you get more information that way. But that also cuts off that lower right-hand corner, so we would be cutting that off. I don't know if that really matters. All of these... Well, the chapel wouldn't cut it off. The Nook would. I don't mind putting the chapel here just because we wouldn't have to come back through it all that much. Well, we'd have to come through it maybe twice more. Because I'd want to check out what's lower to the right and then go back north. And then if we get stuck north, we'd have to come all the way back down and go over to the den. I'm going to do it anyway. Do I want to go to the vault? You know what, I'm going to take the thing's suggestion and always choose rooms that you haven't had before. Yeah, because I've never been in here. So what do we got? We got a ton of coins. Got some paper. What is this? Tuesday, November 17th. That seems interesting. So what is this? This is the vault. Desk with date of Tuesday, November 17th. Okay. Oh, you know what? I've also been taking screenshots. Let's take some screenshots. Where have I been putting those? There we go. I have a blueprints folder. Vault, desk, date. Alright, can I interact with these papers at all? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, there's a rook in here. We have the coal cart. We have a car, so it's the car and the cart. So we have a missing T today. We have like a statue of Anubis, or some sort of Egyptian, whatever these things are called. harp. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that too. Vault, Egyptian statue. We have the cart and the car. And we had a white rook, right? Yeah, white rook. It's the chess piece. I have no idea what the chess pieces mean at all. I wonder if we have a key, if we can open any of these up. They're all numbered. So maybe we need to find a number somewhere that indicates which one of these we can open. Or maybe if we have a key to it. I wonder if there's any missing numbers. That's over 300 though. Like, are we really going to have to look through every single one? There's some that we're not going to be able to see as well. These seem to jump by 30, so we could extrapolate if it doesn't jump by 30 that there's a missing number somewhere. Right? That jumps by 30. That jumps by 30. That jumps by 30. 30. 30. 30. Okay. That's 30. 30. 30. 61 and 31, yeah, that jumps by 30. Okay, so I don't think we're missing any numbers. I didn't really think that was going to be a thing just because of how many there are, and that seems very tedious. And I almost wanted it not to be true because I hate tedious things. Alright, I think we're kind of done in here. I don't see anything else. This is very interesting, though. Why is this in a cage? Why do you have a bank vault in your mansion with safety deposit boxes? I need to also compare what rooms have what chess pieces, like which rooms all have white rooks in them. I know the nook does, because I always say a rook and a nook. What does a nook and a vault have in common? Owned by rich people, I guess. So we're kind of stuck in the vault. Now I have to, oh, you know, maybe that wasn't such a smart idea. Now I have to go all the way back to the den and hope that I don't get cut off. Maybe that wasn't the smartest move. Oh well, I wanted to go in there. Maybe it was worth the information. Worst thing is we just start a new day, right? Alright, archives. Ooh. While drafting, you'll no longer be able to see all three of your potential floor plans. That's a bad one. Great Hall with 7 locked doors. We can't afford this when we don't have 3 gems. The Great Hall could be useful. I do have 2 keys, so I could unlock doors. The archives does have 4 doors, but I wouldn't be limited. I would not be able to see all the floor plans from here on out. So that seems like a big negative. Alright, I have 2 keys, and there's 2 ways out of the Great Hall, because the one to the right is going to be cut off by the bedroom. So it basically has 2 unlocked doors, but we'd lose both of our keys. I'm gonna go to the archives. Maybe that wasn't the smartest move, but we'll see. I just like the 4 doors. I want to keep my keys for when we go further north. All right, we have a tie. Oh, did I miss that there was 2 things in here? I think I've been missing that there was this other painting or drawing over here. Because I think previously in the archives I've only been writing 1 down. I'm going to have to go back and check the videos to see, because I don't remember this one. So what do we have today? We have a tie and a tier. This thing is tiered. So it's missing the R. Did we do the archives yesterday? No. What about day 9? No. Day 8 we did. Man, yeah, I only have 1 drawing written down in the archives before. I hope that I was able to catch it on video walking around, and I just missed it. I really hope that's the case. The tier and the tie. That's really annoying that I didn't catch that the first 3 times I've been in here, probably. I always thought it was a little odd that there was a place that only had 1 of the drawings. I didn't realize there was 1 on the side of this filing cabinet. I guess it's a good thing that I record these. If I hadn't been streaming them, I never would have been able to figure it out. I still might not. We'll see, though. All right, so let's go west, because then maybe we can fill out this place down here. So let's go, let's go over this way, right? Yeah, this way. So we have the West Wing Hall. That'll give us both rooms both north and south. The drawing room isn't terrible, but I would like it further north, I think. And then we have an archive floor plan. I'm going to do the West Wing Hall. All right, what do we got? We have the crow and the row. Crow and row for the West Wing Hall. We didn't do the West Wing Hall yesterday. What about today? Or the day before? Didn't do it the day before. What about day 8? Day 8 we did a bunch of rooms. Yeah, day 8 we got a lot of stuff done on day 8. Day 9 and 10 not so much. Oh, we had the crow in the row for the 3rd time in a row here in the West Wing Hall. Interesting. That's very interesting. I wonder if they were always on the same spot on the layout. Huh. Alright, I want to go south just to see what this blank spot is. Maybe we get like the utility closet, since we're not going to be able to exit whatever room this is. The dark room, you know, I'm going to say it, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Because we can just get it out of the way. We can just plop a red room down here and just forget about it. We don't even have to enter it and waste a step. And it would get it out of the options for every other time we draft a room. Or we could see what food is for sale and get some extra steps. We do have a lot of coins. We have a bunch of coins. Excuse me. Or we could try the archived floor plan. That's tempting. But we could get a good room that's kind of wasted down here. The dark room, while being a red room, isn't that bad for a red room. If this was like the gym or something like that, totally I would do it. Or that one room where it's like, oh no, the one room where it takes half your steps, it takes it as soon as you draft the room. You don't even have to enter it. So that would be a bad one. But if it was one of those ones where you lose like 2 steps just entering it, or the cathedral or something, where you lose gold. You know, I'm going to do the kitchen just for the extra steps. We can get food. We can buy some food. I think, right? Yeah, off the menu. We could get bacon and eggs. Plus 10 and add morning room to today's draft pool. I don't know what the morning room is. 15 steps. I don't know, you know, I want to do the morning room one. Just because I still have a lot of steps and a lot of the blueprint is already cut off on the east side. So I don't know if we're going to have even an opportunity to use all these steps. So I'm going to do this one to see. I do get the steps in case we need them, and I get the morning pool room in today's draft pool because I've never been in there. So we're going to do that. I mean, I guess I could do both. But do I really need 70 steps? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use all this gold, so that's another thing. You know, let's just do both. Why not? All right, what do we got here? We got the plane and the plan. The plane and the plan. All right, did I have the kitchen yesterday? I did. Oh, yeah, that's right. The magnets are different colored. And red is associated with lying. And blue is associated with telling the truth. Look on the blueprint. It has E in that one spot. I wonder if E is always a missing letter when you draw something in that spot. I would have to go back and look. Isn't that the room we're in right now? So today it's the plane with the blue magnet. I think those magnets are very important. I have a feeling those magnets are going to be very important. And then the plan. And they are different colors from, or they're different drawings from yesterday. Or the last day we were in here. I think it was yesterday. Okay. All right. That is the room we're currently in. It is. And it is missing an E between plane and plan. What do the letters have in common between what we're missing here? Let's take a look at this. Let's bring it up so you guys can see what I'm thinking. We have the drawing pairs. What do the letters have in common? We have E, C, T, G, S. It's not directions because G and T are not directions. Neither is C. E and S are. R is not. I is not. Do they spell something? I also want to figure out these ones. What's the airplane and the globe? What two words do those represent that just have one letter off from each other? Same with the cliffs and the dog tags. The storm clouds and the wheat. I'm not seeing anything obvious, so we're just gonna have to move on. All right. But that is interesting that this is the room we're in, and it does have a missing E between these two. But why would this be a lie if it's associated with red? What was the one that was associated with red yesterday? Day 10, kitchen. It was the theater that was blue and the herb. That's stage and sage. In fact, let me change that since I figured it out. Stage, sage. So yesterday it was missing a T. I don't know. I have no idea what any of this means. All right. Ooh, the faucet isn't on today. Oh, you can turn it on. Wait up. Wait up. Was it on yesterday? I have a note in here about that. Oh no, yesterday it says a faucet you can turn, but no water comes running out. Okay, so that's the same. I bet at some point you're gonna have to hook this up to to a room that allows water to be drawn. Why else would they have you be able to interact with this? Right. Oh, we have a food bowl down here. Is there a dog that lives here? All right, let's go back north. The drawing room I don't hate. Commissary items for sale. We do have a lot of coins. The drawing room gives us a way north. Or the archive floor plan. I'm gonna go to the drawing room. Alright, the drawing room, I think all of these drawings are always the same. Or paintings, whatever you want to call them. Do we have a white pawn? We've always had a white pawn, I think. Was I in the drawing room yesterday? Yes. All right, what are our two drawings over here today, though? Today we have the card and the car, so we're missing a D. Oh yeah, did I put a thing in here about room number? Yeah, I did. Maybe I'm going to start putting the rank. This is rank 4. Kitchen was rank 2. Western Hall was rank 3. Archives, rank 3. Vault was rank 2. Observatory was 2. Parlor was 1. Guest bedroom was 3. The storeroom was 1. Pantry is 2. Den is 2. Storeroom is 1. Wait up, why do I have storeroom in here twice? The hallway is 1. Why do I have storeroom in here twice? After the pantry, we would have gone into the guest bedroom. I guess I just copied and pasted that one too many times. Let's delete. All right. And that just tells you how to use this room. When you leave, you can redo the drawings if you don't like what it gives you. And then this is always him, Herbert, sitting here with this bent candelabra, whatever you want to call that in the background there. Is there anything on here that we're missing? Is there any clues in the background here? I don't see anything. All right, let's go west. Ooh, weight room is terrible. We don't have the gems for this one. This we'd lose half our steps. We'd go from 67 to probably 33. I think they round up. Oh, crap. Thank you. Thank you, Biggs 1505. That would have been terrible to leave that on there for that long. Okay, well, we didn't miss too much. But yeah, if you guys ever see something wrong, just shout at me. All right, so I'm going to go with the archive floor plan. I guess we're just going to roll the dice. And we're just in the Great Hall, which has locked rooms. Okay. Well, I don't want to do this one because that just goes south to the archives. I mean, we could always go back down that way if we need to, if we get another key, but I want to use the keys on doors that will give us another way out. So I'm going to go over here. Wait up, were there any drawings in here? I don't think so. All right, let's go east. Use. All right. Bedroom is not bad. Chapel is not great. And then there's also always the archive floor plan. If we do this one, we're running the risk of cutting off the entire east side. Chapel allows us to go east a little bit. But we lose a coin. But we have tons of coins, so I don't know if that really matters. And then we have this one, which could be a risk. Just because I have a ton of steps, I want the door going east to give me more options to branch out. So I'm going to do this one, even though it costs a coin, but we have tons of coins. Alright, in here, nothing ever seems to change. We always have the jockey, angel, the chimney sweeper, the farmer with the hoe, the missing candle here. I've been in here so many times and it's never changed. The maid is what I call that one. The baker and the other farmer with the pitchfork. And we have the bishop, the king, the woman, and the guy in the hood. And the white bishop in the background here. So nothing ever seems to change in here. Alright. Did we hit up the chapel on day 10? Nope. We did on day 9 though. Alright, let's just keep going east. Can't go south. Utility closet isn't terrible if we find the security room. But it does cut us off. We can't do the cloister because we don't have gems. We could risk the archive floor plan. We don't have security yet, so I'm going to go with this one. Oh, come on! That sucks. We got the gym. I lost half my steps. That really sucks. At least we have a door south. At least it's 4 doors. So what do we have? We have the match and the... Oh, this is fire and fir. It's a fir tree. Okay. I hate the gym. Alright, so we have fire and fir. And this is... What level is this? 4? Okay, so was the chapel. Alright, let's go south. We can't do the office. The bedroom is basically a dead end. So the whole whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps isn't really useful because we're not ever going to go back down that way. It's kind of a waste. So I'm going to go archive floor plan and risk it. Now we got the nook. Gives us a key, so that's nice. Oh, we got a chest down here too. Alright, let's use the key on that. Hopefully we get more keys. Oh, we got a lockpick. Nice. Oh, I could go back to the Great Hall and unlock, see if I can unlock some stuff. Oh, this is the rules for the billiards thing, I think. Which I already have written down. Alright, so what are our drawings today? We have the clock and probably the lock. Yep, the clock and the lock. Alright, did we do the Nook yesterday? I don't see the Nook anywhere. Oh yeah, we did. It was our first room. Alright, so we have the clock and the lock. Alright, anything else? I don't think so. We could do the library, discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library. We could do we can't do security actually, because we don't have any gems. Alright, let's do the library. Alright, we could order a book. Did I do this one last time? Is there different volumes, or is it always volume 3? Because I did the drafting strategy one, I know that. The pump user manual, I ran into the pump last time. History of Orindia. I don't know what Orindia is. The fixed stars. Swimbird. Sightseer's Grinder. I wonder if one of these gives you the clue as to what the missing letters mean. I should probably draft the library more often just so I could get all these books. I'm going to do the Sightseer's Guide. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about it in a specific room in your house, press R to pull up the directory. Have I done that? Yeah, I have. Okay. So I guess these are rooms that I haven't... I've never done room number 1, I guess. Okay. I guess rooms, the numbered rooms are all just blue rooms. There's still one hallway we haven't done. We still haven't run into a bunch of the green rooms. We haven't run into a bunch of the shops. And of course, we've run into almost every single red room. Alright, so what are the two drawings? We have the mountains. Oh, this is P and peak. This is a mountain peak. So the missing letter is a K. Alright, signed the library yesterday. Yes. Wait up, was I? Maybe. All right, so we have peak and P. I was also shocked that there was not a chess piece in here from what I could see. There's chess pieces all over and he doesn't have one in the library? You'd think he would play chess at this table here. All right, let's go upstairs and see if anything's changed up there. I don't think so, but it doesn't hurt to look. Oh yeah, there's a records thing here. Total time. Oh, this is just your stats. I mean, it's interesting, but it's not really useful, right? Oh, can we see anything out there? Oh yeah, the claim thing. Again, this is just kind of useful information, but not helpful. Or not useful, but interesting, but not useful. Or helpful. Alright, so I guess we're going north here. The workshop. Combine inventory to create new items. I don't really have anything in my inventory. Mailroom. The package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. I don't think I've ever done the mailroom before. That would cut us off from going further north over here. I'd have to go back through the weight room. But I've never been in the mailroom before, so I think we just need to go in there, see what it's like. What does this say? Cinca Co? Alright, we have the desert, aka sand dunes. Oh, and sand. So that's missing an S. Okay. What do we got here? Dad. 1809 Alice Drive, Fen Aries 63022. Simon P. Jones, Mount Holly Estate, Fen Aries 63080. Hey buddy, how's it going? Up there in that big house. I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. Imagine doing this every day. Drive you insane, I say as I'm doing that over and over again. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate, but with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Is that his mom's funeral? Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you. Oh, this is to me. Oh, I assumed this was like an old letter to Herbert. This is to me. And I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do both of us a favor, be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there. Okay, I've been here before. And I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. Nothing at all. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you, despite my best intentions. I'm sure that on Friday, I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator, Dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing Digiblocks. That's the arcade game in one of the rooms. Digiblocks. Or Digiblocks. I'm going to take screenshots of these. I don't know if it's useful or not, but we're doing it. Letter envelope. All right. Dad letter, first page. Dad letter, second page. And dad letter, third page. All right. What else do we got here? Clock. Mail. Oh, what do we got here? Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to sender, as he no longer is employed with our staff. Who's Danny? What does this say down here? I can't read that. I wonder if I need the magnifying glass. I don't have it on me. And I didn't find it so far today. We're going to save this though. Mailroom note. All right, and what's this? Utility room fuse box indicator settings. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address client has provided. Okay, press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. Huh. Okay. Definitely taking a screenshot of that. Fuse box instructions. I'm glad I came in here. All right, I don't see any drawings or anything. Oh yeah, we have the sand. Oh no, yeah, we definitely do. We have the sand and the and. Okay. Mail room. Sand and. Utility box or fuse box notes. Letter from Dad. Okay. All right, I guess let's just double check to make sure we're not missing anything because I don't want to have to come back down here. Not really. Can I touch this slide at all? No. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the weight room and go north, I guess. So we have to go down, over, and up. Okay. All right, we got the bedroom, the furnace. The furnace sucks. Bedroom's not bad, especially since I lost some steps. I'm gonna do the bedroom. Ooh, got some coins. Okay. Or the white pawn. Always have the white pawn. Today we have the car and the chart. Cart and chart. Okay. Where's the bedroom? So we have the cart and the chart. And then we always have this woman, which I'm assuming is the mother with the moon necklace. That's always there. The Greetings from Reddington postcard. The hand that's pointing down. Nothing ever seems to change other than the paintings. Oh, and sometimes there's a chest right here. Which there isn't today. Okay, let's just keep going. We have the boudoir, which we wouldn't be able to do anything with because it would just hit up against the chapel. The corridor would get us back west. That's not bad. And we don't have the gems for this one. So I'm going to go corridor. All right, so what do we have today? We have the tier thing and the tiger. So the tier and the tiger. So that's missing the G. Okay. And do we still have the note that says something about 9083 or something? We're in the corridor, right? Yeah. There's usually a note in here. Wait up. Did this change? I think I have that from the wrong thing. Yeah, the red note, the safe code wasn't in here. It was in the conference room. I don't know why it's in this room's notes. All right, let's go east. We don't have the gem requirements for this. The closet would be really bad. We'd have to walk all the way back over here, I guess. It's not that far. I'm going to go with the archive floor plan. Hopefully it's something good. It's the dark room. Well, at least we have doors. There's the Great Hall. And you can't ever see anything in here. I thought maybe at some point you'd be able to see stuff. But you can't really. Locked. What? I guess we're using the lockpick. Or a key. Let's try the lockpick first. You don't seem to be able to pick this door's lock. Alright, I guess we're using the key then. Hopefully we can find some more. Let's just pick this one. Oh, we have the bunk room, but that completely cuts us off. This ends the day. This ends the day. We can't do anything else. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, what do we got today? We still have the live hamster. Still got the bullhead. We still have the book about the brothers complaining about each other, probably. Let's just double check. I don't think anything like that would ever change. Yeah, Herbie is mean and really stupid, yeah. Alright, we got some coins, but that's useless. I'll take them, I guess, but... There's usually 2 black pawns. Yeah, they're right there. The sweet Atari, old school. Alright, we have the bathtub and the tube. So the tube and the tub. Okay. Did we do the bunk room? We did. Tube and tub. Alright, well, I guess we're going to have to end the day there. There's no use going back down anywhere. I don't see anywhere to go. I should have probably come back around to the drawing room, because then we could recycle if we didn't get a bunch of rooms we liked. So that drawing room ended up being bad. Alright, we're just going to call it a day, I guess. On to day 12. Mid-sized bed and breakfast, 4 bedrooms, bacon and eggs. All right. All right. I don't think anything ever changes in here. There's always the Queen of Diamonds. There's always the Ace of Spades. This one shows up in some of the drawings sometimes when you have the card in the cart. I don't remember the Ace of Spades ever showing up anywhere else. All right. Just let's get going. So the hallway, always good. Coat check. Ooh, we could check something. I don't have any items though. Bedroom's not terrible. I'm gonna go to the hallway. We get a key and it has 2 exits. Alright, so we have the praying hands, we have the pry and the pray. Which is the same as yesterday, and this was the same spot as yesterday. So again, I wonder if they're in the same spot, they get the same drawings. So it's the exact same spot. The exact same drawings. What did we have down here yesterday? We had the storeroom, which had the desert and the dessert. So I wonder if we get the storeroom again. I'm going to test that out if we do get the storeroom again. We do get the storeroom. All right, I'm definitely testing this out. In fact, I think these were the 3 options last time, if I remember right. I'm going to go to the storeroom. I want to see if it's desert and dessert. There's the desert. There's the desert. There's the dessert. So it's the exact same thing as yesterday. What is this? What is this? Large battery pack provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. I've never found that before. Huh. Yeah, these are the exact same, and they're in the exact same spot. Interesting. Muy interesante. Okay. Now, is the same room in the same spot always going to have the same thing? And I'm not 100% sure if that's even true yet. Or, but if that is true, is it only that room in that spot that gets the same drawings? Or is it every room in that spot that gets the same drawing? I'll have to think about that. All right. Do we want to go east? Just fill out the bottom row? I kind of do. I'm going to do that. Because again, even yesterday, even though I lost half my steps, I didn't end up using even close to all of them, right? Oh, my package has been delivered. All right, I got to do that. I got to see what the package is. I got to see what the package is. I have to. All right. Customers copy the packing slip. The Cinca Company. Date packaged by so-and-so. Brass compass. Wait, if this has a date on it. What was the date in the one room yesterday? It was November 17th. This says date packed 11/5. Interesting. Package slip. All right, so we get the compass. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Nice. And then the coupon book. Save. Oh, I didn't see that. I think it's save a thing on things. All right, what are the drawings? We have the fir and the safety pin. Oh, the pine and the pin. Pine tree and the pin. Okay. Alright, so this is the mailroom, which was one of our last rooms yesterday. It is definitely not in the same spot as what we had yesterday, and the paintings are different, so that's interesting. Alright. So today it is pine and pin. They are different. Alright. Do we still have the same notes and stuff over here? The utility box fuse box set? Yeah, that's the same. Danny Ravane. It no longer works here. I think everything else is the same. Okay, now that I have a mailroom, I entered the mailroom yesterday. I got a package today. Do I also get a package tomorrow since I entered the mailroom today? Don't know. All right, I guess we're going to go back to the entrance hall and go north. Ooh, passageway, but we only have one gem. Utility closet kind of sucks because now we have to bank on the hallway getting us further north. The pantry get us back east, I guess. And we get 4 coins, I guess. All right, what do we got here? We got the Bridge and the Bride. All right. Yesterday we also had the Bridge and the Bride. And it was also in the second rank. Where was the pantry yesterday? So today it's right here. And it's in the same spot it was yesterday, and it has the same drawings. Okay, I'm beginning to think that's the thing. I should have caught on to that earlier. I don't know why that took me so long to catch on to. You know what? Let's go back through every day and just check this one spot every day that we have it. All right, so this was day 11. What did we have there on day 10? We had the observatory. So let's go back to day 10 and see what we had in the observatory. We had the Bridge and the Bride. We had the Bridge and the Bride right there. Okay. What about day 9? Day 9, we had the aquarium. We had the Bridge and the Bride. Day 8, the archives. Oh, the archives is the one that I didn't have, that I didn't know there was a second drawing in. But it did have the bridge, so I'm assuming that the second one was a bride. Okay. And day 7, we had the pantry. What do we have in day 7 there? The Bridge and the Bride. All right. Looks like every time we had the spare room. Oh, the spare room I don't think has drawings. I think that was just blank. On day 6. In fact, I don't even think I wrote it down. Just because the spare room's usually nothing. All right, what about day 5, the den? Bridge and the Bride. Day 4, the closets. Bridge and the Bride. All right, I'm basically convinced at this point, but I just want to be thorough here. Let's check out day 3, which was the corridor. Corridor. Wait up. Whoops. Oh, that was day 1. Well, I'm on day 1. Day 3. Corridor, Bridge and the Bride. Day 2, the Nook. Bridge and the Bride. And then day 1. I think that might have been the first one I ever entered. Guest bedroom. The Bride and the Bridge. Yep, okay. So it looks like every room in whatever spot you're in always has the same drawings. So we need a letter associated with that with that spot. So what is the letter missing from this spot today, or from this spot in the map? Where are we right now? What's our room? I'm starting to figure things out. My brain is percolating. So we have a pantry. Where's the pantry? We have the Bride and the Bridge. It's the G. So G is missing from this spot always. I don't know what that means. Storeroom is always missing. Well, not the storeroom. The spot in the lower left-hand corner is always missing an S. The spot in the lower right, or the where the hallway currently is always missing an A. So do they spell out something? What about the mailroom? What's the mailroom? Wait up. Did I not write the mailroom down? Where's the mailroom? Did I accidentally overdo that one? Whoops. Oh, I've accidentally been overwriting day 11s. Whoops. Okay. So we did hallway, storeroom, then mailroom, then pantry. So I'm going to have to go back through every time and look at all these. So the mailroom today was what? What was the mailroom today? I already forgot because I removed it because I put it in the wrong spot on my spreadsheet. What was the mailroom? I guess I can go back and look. What was in that spot yesterday? It was the parlor. All right. So what did we do in the parlor yesterday? The pine and the pin. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Okay. So if this would be an S, this would be an A. All right, my face is in the way, so let me move it. All right, my point is that every spot on the map has a missing letter from the drawings. The pair of drawings indicates a missing letter. The one on the lower left is an S, this one's an A, this one's an E, this one is a G. This is nothing because the entrance hall never changes. Although maybe the two in there because the entrance hall is always in the same spot. I need to figure out what's going on with the Ace of Spades and the Queen of Diamonds. So maybe there is a missing letter there between those two, but they never change because the entrance hall is always in the same spot. So there still might be a relationship between those two. Queen of Diamonds and Ace of Spades. Queen, Ace? No, those aren't a letter off. I'm gonna have to go back and look at them at some point. But it's on my list of things to look at. All right, so where are we going? We have the corridor will take us back east, the den, which would give us a way north, or the commissary, which I only have 5 coins, so I don't think that's useful at the moment. We'll go with the corridor. All right, so what do we got? We got the bat and the tub. The bath and the bat. So that means that in the corridor here, well, in this spot on the room or on the blueprint, Let's see. We were just in the pantry. And we have the bat and the bath. So we're missing an H. H is the missing letter that associated with this spot. And this was G. G and H are next to a letter and are next to each other in the alphabet, but S and A are not. So that seems like a coincidence. No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Is there anything laying around? Any key or anything? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, the parlor would get us back south, but it would cut us off from going north. We could go to the observatory. We do have one gem. Utility closet doesn't seem very useful, so I'm going to go to the observatory. Alright, so we have the cart and the car. So the letter associated with this spot is a T. What does that mean, though? Alright, what's our bonus for the day? We should have a bunch of stars. 10. Hey, Ryan, thank you for the raid. Welcome, 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 everybody. So we got Farmer's Apple. Apples are extra delicious today, so that's probably more steps. And the slice, which just gives us 3 steps on its own. Okay, that works. All right, where are we going? I guess we're going north. It's really the only option. We were playing with him. We made a little joke. He played with one person, then we joined. He knows just 2 of us. Oh, okay, that's cool. How was the racing? It's a racing game, right? I'm not. I play a lot of different games, but racing games is one I'm not super familiar with, unless we're going back to the Mario Kart days. All right, Den is useful. It gives us a room both north and to the west. The Nook gets us a key, but the Den gets us a gem. Chaotic? Sounds fun. All right, let's just go into the Den here. Let's get our gem, okay. As chaotic as you can imagine with this many people, a racing game with like 12 people or whatever it is, that seems pretty cack. All right, so our 2 drawings today are the peak and the P. All right. We did do the Den yesterday, right? We must have. I remember doing the Den yesterday. Okay, yeah, it was one of the first things we did. Let's see, we're just in the observatory. So we did peak and P. So this spot on the blueprint is associated with the letter K. That is the letter missing here. Huh. All right, let's go. Let's stay low. Let's stay in the rank 3 here and go east. We have the parlor, which is always good because it has the game. We have the bedroom, which will give us extra steps. The kitchen, we really don't have that much gold, so I don't know how useful that would be. I guess it doesn't matter between the 2. I'm going to do it with the parlor just because it has the game in it. All right, so what do we got here? We have every box is black, so that's a lie, obviously. Every box contains gems, that's also a lie, so this one has to be telling the truth. The statement on one of the other 2 boxes would be true if you replaced the word every with the word this. So we have to replace every with this because this is the true box. So this box contains gems. This box is black, so that would still be a lie. Wait up. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true. All right, it would be this one. So it's this box contains gems. I need the wind-up key. All right, I guess we're going north. Spare room would let us go even further north. Ooh, the secret passage. That's always nice. Time to lurk some more? Hey, yeah, thanks for the lurk. Thanks for raiding again. Okay, the Nook gets us a key. It takes us west. The secret passage would take us north. The spare room would also take us north. I'm gonna go with the Nook just to get the key. Alright, what are we dealing with today? We have the match with the tree. So that's the fire and the fur. So we're currently in the Nook. All right, now that I've kind of figured out what letter is associated with each one, I need to draw that out somehow. At least for the ones that I've been to. Because I haven't been to a few of these spots up in the upper areas. Like, I don't know if I've ever been up in this corner here. I think I've been up here once. Maybe not in every spot. So I'm sure I'm missing some. In fact, we could probably just go back through and see. Day 10, I was really close. Yeah, I missed the corner up here. Day 9, I hardly did anything. There's a lot of stuff missing in the middle here. Yeah, there's a few spots up here I've never been to. Alright. So anyway, this spot here is associated with the letter E. And parlor was associated, well, not parlor necessarily, that's also an E. And corridor, I wonder if there's a, no, corridor is an H. Well, not quarter every day, but the spot, the room, whatever room is in this spot would be an H. H-E-E. Okay. Doesn't really tell me anything yet. I guess we're going east. Or west. I did grab the key, yeah? Yeah, I did, okay. Spare room will get us further west. The guest bedroom would cut us off and leave this dead spot right in the middle. It does give us 10 extra steps, though. I'm gonna go to the spare room. Alright, the spare room basically doesn't give us information. Because it has no information. Like, it's always just this. So let's just move on. The passageway we could do, because we do have 3 gems. The chapel sucks. Although we could go north. The Great Hall's not bad. Because we do have keys. I'm going to do the passageway just because I don't need the keys to get out. And then we're going to go back south because I want to fill out some of the rooms down here. The gymnasium is terrible. Furnace is really bad. Security's good. It would leave that dead spot in the middle there, but hey, it's going to happen sometimes. Let's go to security. All right, what do we got? We have the tear and the tie. But the tie also is stuck with a red thumbtack. And red is associated with lying. I don't know if I've noticed that on the thumbtack before. We haven't been to security in a few days. We weren't there on day 10. Were we there on day 9? We weren't there on day 9. There we are. We're there on day 8. Okay. So we have the tear and the tie. And tie has a red thumbtack. I want to note that. Red thumbtack. So that's twice now that I've noticed that the drawing either has a thumbtack or a magnet. In the kitchen's case, it is either red or blue. Well, the kitchen has one, both red and blue. Wait up. The staff notice has red thumbtacks on it. The only reason I'm associating red with lies is there's a thing that says all red notes have lies. So I'm not necessarily sure that the red thumbtacks and magnets are lies as well, but red is definitely associated with lying. There's a note somewhere that says blue notes are true and red notes are lies. Oh, that's where it is. It's right there. All right, let's jump onto the computer. View estate inventory, 5 coins. Where did I miss coins at? I missed 5 coins somewhere. I wonder if they're in here. Oops, I didn't mean to exit the computer completely. Where did I miss the coins at? Keycard system, settings, set security level, low, change offline mode to unlocked, confirm, back. This is so if we find the, there's a room where we can turn off the power and it'll, with these settings, unlock all security doors. Okay. Let's go south. This is south, right? No, that's east. Or west. Oh, the utility closet. Nice. That's not a bad spot to put it either. I'm going to do that. Alright. Utility closet has stairs and stars. Okay, so that means this spot is associated with I. Because the difference between stair and star is I. I should just create a spreadsheet of the thing and put up what letter goes in each one. And then I wouldn't have to notate it every time. Because I would already know. Right? So we're what, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Yeah, because there's 45 rooms. All right, I'm gonna create a new sheet here. We're doing spreadsheets with Matthew. All right, so let's go down 9. Room 1, that is associated with the number, or the letter S. The hall, where the hallway is associated with the letter A. The entrance hall, I'm still not sure about. The mail room is E. I'm not sure about the lower right-hand corner. We'll come back to it. The utility closet, what did I just say this was? We're looking at I. The pantry was G. The corridor was H. The observatory was T. Huh. I think it does spell something. Because if you look at the, and this is where Wordle helps me out a lot, because the what I call the IGHT trap, IGHT, is pretty nasty in Wordle. But the letters across here are IGHT. There's a lot of words that are end in IGHT. Could be fight, could be light, could be might, right, sight, bite even, tight. There's lots of words that end IGHT. So what's the one associated with this? What did we have there yesterday? What do we have on day 11? Let's move my face out of the way so you guys can see this. My mic's on? Okay. So what was the kitchen on day 11? What was it? We might have figured something super important here. We have the plane and the plan. And that is an E. So that spells 8. Huh. All right, we can figure out this entire one here. This was day 11. So let's go to the West Wing Hall. The West Wing Hall is missing a C on day 11. Okay. So that was C. What about the archives? The archives was an R. And then, what do we have? The guest bedroom on day 11. Guest bedroom was an A. So we have CRA. Whoops. And then the Nook was a C because that was the clock and the lock. So we have CRA, C. So is it crack? Let's see what's in the library. The library was a K. Okay, so we have crack here in the third level. Do you guys want to see my spreadsheet as I'm doing this? All right, so the drawing room, day 11. What's the drawing room? It's missing a D. The Great Hall. Where's the Great Hall? Oh, I don't know if the Great Hall has them. I don't think it does. We'll have to go to a different room or a different day for that one. Or we could just guess it. Chapel doesn't have them. The weight room does. What was the weight room? Weight room. Did I not write this down? Where's the weight room? I didn't write down the weight room. Darn it. I got lazy. All right, what about the mail room? I did the mail room, yeah. S. So we start with D and end in S for that row. You know, I'm going to go back to the day that I had the most stuff. Well, we could just do day 10 for that row because I think that will finish it off. So we had the commissary. Which was coat and cot, so that's missing an A. And then the kitchen. Where's the kitchen? Stage and sage, so that's missing a T. In the rumpus room. That sounds fun. What about the rumpus room? It's the first time I was ever in there. Fur and fire. So that's missing an E. So that's dates. So line 4 here. Rank 4 spells dates. All right, line 5, we really do we have any day that has a filled out line 5? Day 8 is close. Day 4 is close. But the passageway doesn't have anything. But we could try. I think if we go throughout the days, we'll get there eventually. All right, so let's go to day 4. All right, day 4, the dining room. It was the pilot and the plot, so that's missing an I. And then the passageway doesn't have any drawings. The weight room on day 4. Weight room. Chart and cart, so that's missing an H. Is that another IGHT word? It could be. And then what do we have? The storeroom. Storeroom. 10 and tent. It's a T. That's a T. So I'm guessing the middle one where the passageway is a G. Let's find out. Where do we have a day that has one? The dining room on day 2. Dining room on day 2. Dining room, dining room, dining room. Was tiger, and wouldn't you know it's a G. Tiger and tie, or tier. So that's another GHT word. I wonder if it's the same one. So we need to find a day that has this spot filled in. The bunk room on day 1. Bunk room on day 1. Tube and tub, so that's missing an E. So that's 8 again. That's 8 again. All right, so do we have enough information for line 6 here? We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, we also need to figure out this one down here. What day do we have the corner down there? We have day 2, bedroom. The bedroom, we have the stag and the tag, so that's an S. All right, so for rank 1, we have SA, whatever the entrance hall is, ES. That could be a lot of things. Sales, saves, sages, probably not. Sakes, sales, sapes, sates, sayers, saw. Nah, actually, there's not that many. There's not that many. 8 dates, crack 8 something. Sales? That doesn't quite make sense. Saves? 8 dates, crack 8 saves? I need to look at those 2 drawings or paintings in the entrance hall again. Okay, let's move on to rank 6 though. Let's see if we can figure this out. All right, on rank 6, we had the gymnasium on day 2. Since we're on day 2, let's just stick there for now. The gym. We had the airplane and the hand drawing of the globe. Oh, I haven't figured out what that one is yet. I haven't figured out what the missing letter is on that one. Okay. What about the conference room? We had the theater and the elk, which is stage and say. Wait up, no. Stag and stage. So the missing letter is an E for the conference room there. So that is rank 6, room 4. So that is, what was it? Stage and stag, so E, yeah. All right. Did we have anything on there on day 1? No, we didn't. Okay. What about day 3? We had the aquarium. That's in the same spot. Okay, the boudoir and the conference room on day 4. The boudoir and the conference room. All right. Oh, the boudoir had the hand-drawn globe and airplane. Oh, that's right, because it's in the same spot, so I don't know what it is. What about the conference room? Had the cliffs and the dog tag. I also don't know what that one is. Darn it. So I need to figure out what those ones are before I can move forward with this. All right, do we have the ends at least? Maybe that'll help me figure it out because I can kind of piece the word together if I know what usually would go in those spots. Okay, so on day 6 we have the observatory in the first spot. It was the storm cloud of the bundle of wheat. Okay, I don't know what that one is either. I haven't figured out that one either. What about the Great Hall? Oh, the Great Hall doesn't have paintings. Darn it. All right, let's go to day 7. I'm guessing the bunk room also had that same one that I didn't know. Bundle of wheat and storm clouds, yeah. What about the furnace? Oh, does the furnace have any? I don't think the furnace did have any, but I haven't looked at that spot yet. The furnace, yeah, it didn't have anything. Day 9, it's unhelpful. All right, day 10, the corridor. Corridor had the cliffs and the coat, the trench coat. Do I not know that one? It's the coast and the coat. The cliffs and the coat. It's coast and coat. The missing letters an S. For rank 6, spot 5, room 5 on. Okay, so that's an S. So that ends ES. I think this is going to rhyme because it goes blank, ES, 8, dates, crack. Well, crack and 8 don't rhyme. All right. And then we never reached that spot. All right. What about... Let's go back to day 10 and do rank 7 here, I guess. So the bunk room on day 10 had the time and the tie, so that's an M in the second spot. The library on day 10 had the paint can and the pint of beer, so that's the difference of an A. And then the drawing room had the flan and the fan, so that's an L. And then the parlor had plain and pane, so that's also an L. So it's something, blank M-A-L-L. So small, maybe? But I don't think I've ever had a room here. All right, the chapel doesn't normally have stuff. The spare room doesn't normally have stuff. The boiler room, I don't remember having stuff. Let's check, though. The boiler room doesn't have any drawings. All right, what about the billiard room and the closet up at the top there? It had flight, the plane, and the light, the lamp. So the difference is F for that spot up there. Wait, am I doing this on the right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I skip one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I skipped one. This is F. Wait, no, I didn't. Because I haven't done anything with this row. Okay. And then the closet was, what was the closet? The match and the bundle of wheat. Do I have that one? Have I figured that one out yet? The hand holding the match and like the bundle of wheat. I don't think I figured that one out yet. I also don't have it written down. Match, bundle of wheat. Let me go through these just to make sure I didn't miss it. It's not the pine in the pin. It's not the clock in the lock. It's not the car in the cart. Bride and bridge. Desert. Plane, plan. Stairs, stars. Tie, tier. Crow, row. Card, car. Coat, cot. Pilot, plot. Tube, tub. Stage, sage. Fire, fur. No, that's the match with the fir tree. Stag, tag. Piece, peak. Sand, and tent, tent. Chart, cart. Bath, bat. Road, rod. Tiger, tier. Stage, stag. Time, tie. Nope. Boat, bat. Storm, cloud, wheat. Pine, spine. Where did I see that one at? The pine and the spine. Coast, coat. Plain, pan. Flan, fan. Heat, wheat. Oh, it's heat and wheat. That's what it is. It's a W. It's a W. It's heat and wheat. I knew I'd figured something out there. So the antechamber is probably going to be a letter we're going to have to figure out. All right, where did I see the spine before? Wasn't on day 12. Wasn't on day 11. What about day 10? Nope. 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 Ah, here we go. Where's the spine and the... It is in the closet on day 6. Where was the closet on day 6? It's up here in the upper left. It's rank 7. Wait, what was the missing letter? I already forgot it. Spine and pine. Okay, it's S. So that is small at the top there. So if that rank spells out small. Huh. Okay. All right, just to give you guys a glance at what I'm looking at, I'm going to put my spreadsheet up here so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at. Let's zoom in. All right, this is very... So this is the bottom row. This is what the missing letters spell out. This is the entrance hall. So we have S-A blank E-S. Then we have 8 crack. So small something 8 dates crack 8 something. That's what I have so far. So we need to, I need to fill out these rooms. Although some of these rooms I've been to, I just don't know what the painting, the drawing pairs are. That's what these ones with the question marks are, like the airplane and the globe. The cliffs and the dog tag. Oh, I can exit out of that one. Cliffs and the dog tag. The dog tag is the necklace one that has a dog tag that has the number 10 on it. Is there anything that is missing a letter from 10 that means cliffs or coast or ocean, sea, something? Or synonym of cliffs, like buffs, bluffs, I mean. An edge. A fall. And then there's the storm cloud and the wheat. Storm. 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 Store. I haven't looked at the actual pictures in a couple of weeks because these ones are all from the last stream I was doing, and I haven't run into these ones since then. So I can't visualize them. All right, let's get back to the game. Enough spreadsheets for right now. But that is huge progress I think I just made. Whatever that spells out, it's going to be something. What word has a F in the second spot and a W in the fourth spot? All right, where were we? I've been spending so much time on that. Ooh. We did off for keycard entry system. We were able to... Was this... Oh yeah, we need to do... We got instructions for this earlier today. Where's my blueprint stuff? The fuse box instructions. Yes. Utility room fuse box indicator. Press any of the button buttons to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. And then we need to get 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. So we need to make 5 of these purple. All right. So how do we do this? I feel like I need to do this red, this blue. No. No. That one's always... Oh, that one I think is always going to be red. That's always red. So... Right up. How do we get these to be purple? Ah, okay. Green, red, purple. Okay. I don't know exactly how I just did that. No, I don't want that one. No, I want this one to be red. Purple. Okay. Now I want this one to be purple. What if I click this one? Oh, I'll change that one back to blue. Okay. We want this one to be red and these 5 to be purple. So how do we do that? Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. Can I turn all of these gray again? Is there a way to reset these? Press any of the above when they're green to activate blue. How do I get this one to be purple? I need this one to be red, this one to be blue, and then that's purple. Okay. No. There's an order I have to do this in. I need to figure it out. All right. So if this one is green and I click this one, it turns blue. If this one is green, I click this one, it turns blue. If this one is gray and I click the blue one, it turns blue. That just turns them all back to blue. Okay. How do I make it red? Purple. No, I don't want to do that. Green, red, purple. I think I need to make this one purple first. Huh. Okay. Okay, that's exactly what it looks like on the thing. 5 purple indicators are all needed to activate the 6th. Okay, so we have them all purple. So I want to turn these 2 off. Does that mean I can see in the dark room now? Or does it mean that the dark room is no longer going to show up? I don't know. I guess we're just gonna leave it like that. All right, I've been messing with stuff off screen for so long. Let's go to the east or west. I need to find out some of this stuff up here. Where's my spreadsheet? Where's my spreadsheet? I still need to find this one, basically this entire row, and then these 3 here. No, I know this entire row. I need these 3. This is small. All right, let's just keep going west here. All right, so if I do the closet, that just cuts us off there, and we'd have to go back to the passageway, which isn't that bad because we have a way to get right here anyway from the passageway. So we could do the closet, but I don't really need anything there. West Wing Hall, that's not bad. The patio spreads. We don't have a gym requirement for that. So I'm going to do the West Wing Hall. All right, now, the West Wing Hall, we are right here. Rank 3, spot 1. This should be a missing letter of C. And it is. We have the crow and the row. Crow and row. Missing letter C. Look at that. That means I really don't have to write these down every single time, because I already know what it means. All right, let's go south. Let's just see what's down here. The next time you enter the boudoir, gain 10 steps. The next time you enter walk-in closet, gain 3 diamonds. Well, I don't have the gem requirements for the other 2, so I have to do this one. Unless... wait, no. Have I ever been in here before? What should be missing here is an E. So we have the plans? And I'm guessing the plane somewhere. Yep, there's the plane. Plane and plans. Or plane and plan. So the missing letter is an E. I don't think I've been in here before. What is this? Does it never end? We'll save that. Don't know what that means. What do we got here? Car keys? Deposit box key. Ooh, do I have the mailroom? Do I have the mailroom? I do. I do have the mailroom. Ooh, nice. Can I take the umbrella? What do we got here? Her ladyship's diary is locked. Ooh, an upgrade disc. Ooh, okay. And we have security, so I can go put this in the... I can go permanently upgrade a floor plan. What is this? Dude with glasses. And another woman. Huh. So we need to find a key to her diary somehow. This has been a very productive day. What do we got here? Is that the same guy? No, I don't think so. No, it's not even close to being the same guy. All right. What day are we on? We're on day 12. I haven't really been taking notes the last couple of rooms. What was the last room I took notes on? We were in security. All right. All right. Let's see. We were in the West Wing Hall. I'm not gonna, from now on, I'm just gonna write which room. Actually, I don't even know if I need to, because now that I figured out the drawings, I don't need to write them down every time. I don't think. But I do want to take notes of her ladyship's chamber. All right, reset. So she has a diary, a locked diary. Pictures of guy in glasses, woman, and kind of a dingy coat, right? Or is that the painting that's dingy? The coat looks kind of dingy. Coat, locket of different guy with thin mustache. Okay. Did we see everything in here? Oh yeah, there was also does it never end thing. Does it never end? Drawing? All right, let's go north now. We have the chapel, which always sucks, the closet, and the garage. But we don't have any gems. I want to go into the garage. Do we need the letter for this day, or for this spot? We don't. This is the 4th spot, rank 1. That is currently a D. So I don't think the closet really gets us anything. The chapel at least lets us go further north. Let's do that. All right, the chapel has never once changed anything. Ever. I'm sure there's some clues or something in here, but nothing has ever changed that I've noticed. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm not even going to bother really looking around. We're just going to keep going north. Use a key. I have to use a key. All right. So this room. Oh, we have a code check. I do have a lot of items. So it might not be a bad idea to go in here. But can we go north anywhere else? Yes, we can still go north from the passageway and the den. All right. I'm going to do the code check. What would I want to leave behind? We have the vault key. Oh, I need to go back down to the mailroom. We have the coupon book. Oh, it's thing 304. Coupon book, compass. Compass seems like it could be good. And I need to go back to security. So I need to save steps to go to these places. So I don't want to save anything yet. We'll come back this way if I need to. So let's go down to security and do the upgrade thing. It doesn't matter which way we go. Passageway security, West Wing Hall security. So let's just do that. And then let's upgrade something. E, insert disk. All right, what are we upgrading today? The storeroom. Interesting. Storeroom data has been upgraded. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance the room to one of the 3 different upgraded floor plans. So we get an extra key, an extra gem, or 10 coins. I rarely run out of coins. I rarely use them though. Gems are important, keys are important. I usually find more keys than I do gems. I feel like gems is the way to go. I go gems. I feel like of the three, gems is the one I need the most. Or I find myself wanting the most. Okay, we still have the key to the mailroom. So how do we get there? What's the most efficient way? We'd have to go up here, over. We'd have to go all the way down here. Oh man, that's a lot of steps. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 just to get down there. And then how many to get back up to the coat check to check something? So if we just did that and did nothing else today, it would be 10 there, 10 back, 11, 12, 13. So that's 23 right there. We have 32 total. I really want to see what's down there, though. I really want to see what's in there. I'm going to go down to the mailroom. I am just too curious to see what's in that safety deposit box, and I don't know when I'm going to have the chance to do it again. Unless I drop the key off at the coat check. That's the other option. And just don't go back down there. Or I could hold on to the key and not make that decision yet. We could just go north, go through the passageway north, and if we have enough steps to get down to the mailroom, great. If we don't, we just go back to the coat check and drop it off. But if we could do the vault key right now, we could drop off like the compass or something like that. Something more useful. Huh. But to use the vault key, I would have to get another day where I get both the coat check and the mailroom. Which might be a problem. All right, I'm just too curious. I'm going to go down to the mailroom. If I need to start another day, I need to start another day. I want the information. I want the information. Information is the most important thing. And the safety deposit box seems like it's going to have good information. All right, we need to go left to the entrance hall. Oh, I can take another look at those drawings here to see what the difference is between these two. Okay, so we have the hand holding the Queen of Diamonds. We have a hand holding the Ace of Spades. What would be a letter difference between these two? Diamonds and spades obviously have a lot of letters that are changed. And it's not even close to being the same length. One is holding it with the right hand, the other one's holding it with the left hand. Right and left obviously don't match. Ace. I don't really see that. What would ace be? You could add a letter at the beginning, like lace, pace, race, but none of those make sense with the Queen of Diamonds. Mace. I don't know. I'll have to think about it some more. All right, let's find out what is in this safety deposit box. Where's 304? Wait up. Was it in the mailroom or was it in the vault? Vault key, not mailroom key. Oh, come on. You think mailroom and you think safety deposit box. That was just me not thinking. Darn it. What a waste of steps. Now I feel like I need to go back to the coat check and just put the vault key in there because I don't know if I'm going to get the vault. Darn it. That was so dumb. Vault key, Matthew. Read. Wow. All right. I'm going to go up and I'm going to draw the room north of the den there. And see if it's worth going into. Maybe I'll get the vault. Maybe I'll get the vault. You never know. Vault? No. Oh, I could gain 2 steps. Drafting studio. Select a new floor plan to permanently add to your state's draft pool. I don't have the gems for that. Alright, if I chose the bedroom, it would just be blocked off. Gaining 2 steps wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't hurt though. So let's just do it. Because we'll lose 2 steps, but we'll gain 2 steps. So it'll be a net. And I can gain some coins, I guess. Alright. So we're in rank 4, room 5, which should be an S, is the different letter. So we have desert and dessert, right? No. Oh, and sand. Still an S. We still have and sand. Still an S difference. That's one of the same statues as in the chapel. Alright, there's no chest in here. Nothing else. I can't open this. Okay. Alright, I guess we're going to go back to the passageway. And I'm going to draw this room just to see what it is. And then go back to the code check if we get stuck. Man, I can't believe I made that mistake. So dumb. Alright, this is our only way north still. We still have, how many steps? 13? Oh yeah, I'm on the wrong spot. Let's go over, I'm usually on the right. I forgot to change that. The billiard room. Alright. The only way we get anywhere at all is to go into the dark room. The 10 steps here would be nothing. The billiard room is, we could get keys or gems or something, but it would just end the game, or end the day, because it's cutting off any possible exit. So it doesn't really matter. So the only one I think that would even be useful at all is the dark room, amazingly enough. So how many steps do I have? I have 13. So I need 1, 2 to get back here. From here. So if I go up, I can go, I have a ways. I can go a few more rooms just to check. So let's go in. Sure, why not? Probably gonna get locked out anyway. What do we got here? Oh, the closet. I think there's an item. Ooh, dice. Ivory die. And a shovel. Okay. And this one should be, where are we at? We're in the middle of row 5. So this should be a G that's missing. We have the tear and the tiger. Wouldn't you know it? It's a G. All right. All right, so from here we need 1, 2, 3 steps. If we go here, we need 4 steps. We currently have 10. I guess let's use this key. Oh, I don't know what it is because it is the dark room. I hope I don't do something where I lose half my steps. It is the gymnasium. You lose 2 steps upon entering. So I would be down to 7, I think. Or 8. Does it include the step you normally use plus 2, or is it just an additional 1? Because there's one way to find out. So, what is this spot? Row 6. Spot 2. Which we don't have. We don't know what this letter is, so actually I want to go in here. So what do we have? We have the cliffs and the dog tag, which I haven't figured out yet. I've not figured this one out yet. And sometimes the dog tag, the word you're looking at is 10. So it could be something to do with 10. Tent. It's a different one. There's sometimes a camp tent with this one. Necklace. Tag, dog. What about tag? Tage? Taggy? No. What about clouds? Wait, if I had 10 steps, it said 10, lose 2 steps upon entering, right? I only lost 1. Oh, did I turn off the gym in the utility closet? I turned it off, right? So maybe that's what it means. I don't get dinged for it. Okay. I also turned off the dark room, but it's still lit up. Or it's not lit up. So what does it change? Cliffs? It's not cliffs, obviously. What about sea? Or coast? Coast. I don't see any letters changing there. Ocean. Don't see any letters changing there. Sea? I don't know. I can't figure that one out. Alright, let's draw these other rooms. See what happens when I draw these. Maybe we'll get a vault. Terrace. Green rooms do not cost money to draft. Hey, that's not bad. Walk-in closet. Don't have that. I guess we're going to the terrace. I don't think I've ever been to the terrace. Let's walk through. I think I have the steps to this. What do we got here? Gem? Okay. I have a shovel. Is there anything to dig? I don't see it. Hey, there's those peaks we sometimes see on the drawings. That's exactly what it looks like. Is there anything else to see out here? I see a building over that way. Right there. Alright, I'm not really seeing much out there. I guess this is mostly useful just to get this bonus. Alright. Yeah, I only lost 1 step. Alright, so how many steps is it back to the coat check? Because I want to save the vault key. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can open up this one and see what happens. The laboratory's useless. Guest bedroom plus 10 steps, so we could do that, although it would kind of just end the turn. Oh, I could redraw floor plans. Let's do that. Sure. Bunk room. Boudoir. Are we missing anything up this way? What is this? This is spot 7. That's an M. We already know what the drawing is for this. Or the missing letter is for this area. Could go into the courtyard. Sure. All right, so if I go up to here, I'm gonna be down to 6 steps. We'd need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's cutting close, just to see if maybe we get an item or something. Something to dig up. Okay, I do have a shovel. So let's see what we get here. You dug up nothing of interest. Okay, how many rocks do we got here? Because sometimes these seem to be different. We have 3, 3, 2, 4. I usually count from there. 3, 2, 4, 3. Courtyard. Rocks. 3, 2, 4, 3. Three, 2, 4, 3. Yeah. Okay. All right. We have 6 steps, and I needed 5 to get back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I could draw one of these rooms. And see what it is. Maybe we'll get a vault. I'm going to do the guest bedroom, because that'll give me 10 steps, and then I can draw the other room. All right, so where are we at on the sheet here? We're on, I don't know what this letter is. I don't know if I've ever been here before, so I need to write this down. What are we looking at? We're looking at the bat and the boat. Bat and the boat. So the difference is an O. I don't know if I've ever had the bat and the boat before. Have I? Yeah, I have. Okay. So maybe I have been in this spot before. I just didn't write it down. All right. All right, so we have some extra steps. We have car keys. All right, well, now that I have a bunch of steps, I'm gonna see what's going on over here. We have the boudoir, the commissary, and the lavatory. I don't have the letter for... Do I have the letter for this spot? Yeah, this is the S for small. But it would allow us to go north, which is not one I have. So let's go in here. All right, how many more steps do I need to go back? I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And I have 23. Okay, I have more than enough. All right, what do we have in here? We still have this little photo here of the safe and whatnot. I still don't know what the code is. It's probably safes at the bottom. Something cracks 8 safes. Small something 8 dates crack 8 safes. So whatever the letter is between the Queen of Diamonds and the Ace of Spades is an F. I don't know how they get there, though. I guess it doesn't matter if I know what the letter is. Something small, something 8 dates, crack 8 safes. So I think I need to find all the dates I have because those might be interesting. Like the date I found in the mailroom, wasn't it? Something like that. Okay. All right, we have the spine and the pine, so this is a P in this spot, right? Or an S. Where are we at? Yeah, this is an S. This is the S of small. Okay. Sometimes there's items in here laying on one of these things. I don't see it today. Locked. I don't have any keys. Boo. All right, well, I guess we're going to go back to code check and put the vault key away. Man, I have so many things too that are useful. Did I go? Oh yeah, that's the terrace. I still haven't figured out these ones. I thought I turned this off. Down in the utility closet. Where is the utility closet? It's down here. I have enough steps. I could probably just go down there and see, like, if I turned something. I thought I turned the dark room off. Let's go down there. It's right in front of us. We have the steps for it. Yeah, I thought I turned the dark room off. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Is the lights on over there? Oh, it always looks like that, though. And it goes off as soon as you enter. This is gigantic, guys. This is gigantic. What? Who's that? I need to take screenshots of all this. Whoa. Dark room, pick one. Is this the guy that was in the photo of her locket? What does that say? This is huge. I'm so glad I decided to go back down to the utility closet. He's holding a note of some kind. There's a clock. Bunch of film. What do we got here? Looks like apples, a love, a heart. This is outside. I've been there once before, but this gate was locked. Let's take a screenshot of that. It's an apple tree. I don't really see anything else though. And then the heart, it does say H there, so I'm assuming that's Herbert. And then there's a letter or something here. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship, I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. That doesn't seem super important at the moment, but why else would it be here? Other than to tell us that that is her ladyship. Darkroom note. I have a gem. I need to make sure I check every little nook and cranny in here, because I don't know when I'm going to get to do this again. That looks like a queen or a king for the... I've not yet run into a chess piece that looks like that. I wonder if we're going to run into all the chess pieces. We seem to run into a lot of white pieces, not a lot of black pieces. And I've never seen anything higher than a rook. Let's take a closer look. She looks different from the other people. I don't know if I've seen her before. I have the sailboat. Desk. I don't know. If this is a room that we can draw, I don't think I've done it yet. What's this? Some maids? Does her face look unhappy or is it just blurred? Holding a broom. What is she holding? She's holding some tongs and holding something with them. This one's a little clearer. Whoa, they look older there. Or is it just clearer? Oh, and this looks like she's holding a feather duster. Oh, I guess that might be what that is. Is that what that looks like? It's just less clear? Huh. Can I see anything else, broom? They don't look very happy, I'll tell you that. Oh. Another even less clear. It's the same 1-3 in a row. I don't know if I need to see this other than to notice that, like, there are different stages of, like, you know, development. Oh, this is the pilot and the plot. So the difference here is an I. Do I know that? Where am I at? I'm on row 5. Yeah, that's 8. I already know that. So this is the same photo, just blurrier and blurrier and blurrier? Is this just to show that somebody was working on this and like getting better at developing photos? Or are there subtle differences between them I'm gonna figure out? Man, there's so much stuff in here. Wait, did I already look at those? No. I mean, this is the same one that looks like that was over there. I'm just gonna screenshot all of them. Like, you never know when you're gonna need it. It's better to do it, not need it, than to need it, not have it, or whatever that saying is. And here's Herbert. Who took that photo? Is he taking a selfie? What is this? Is he taking a selfie in the bathroom? In the mirror? Is that what he's doing? Herbert. There are better ways of getting a picture of yourself, man. Alright, did I see everything? I didn't get this one. This one's more worn out. But it's basically the same. Huh. Why are Sinkako? Why do we have the close-up of his hands in this one? Something going on with his hands or something? Something in the background? I bet I need the magnifying glass. Did I look at everything? I don't want to miss anything. I looked at these ones. Those are the first ones I looked at. Then I came over here and I looked at these ones. Is there anything up here? That looks like the camera he was holding. I looked at these ones. Looked at these. Alright, I think I looked at everything. Okay. We need to go to the code check and put this vault key away. So how are we getting down there? We need to go south, one, over. Okay. And we're gonna put the key away. I already have an item checked here. What do I have checked here? A silver key. What does the silver key do? Unlocking a door with silver key will lead to a room with many doors. Okay, that seems less useful than the vault key. The vault key, I think, is super important. So I'm going to deposit the vault key here. Wait up. We're going to deposit the vault key. Vault key has been checked. You can retrieve this item any day you have the code check in your house. Okay. Yep, it's gone. Okay. There was a room up here that had a locked door, the boudoir. Can I make it back up there and unlock it with the silver key? Since I'm going to lose it anyway, we might as well try. We need to go this way. Do I have enough steps for this? Maybe. Maybe. Nope, we want to go north. And in here, special key, silver key. Dining room, conference room, the pool. I don't think the pool's very useful today since I'm almost done. I have ring tape. Oh, I could actually have dinner. That'll give me more steps. Porterhouse steak. A delightfully extensive steak cut, bone-in and extra marbled for maximum tenderness. Perfect dish for those who love extravagance. Plus 10 steps. Plus an additional 10 steps if you have... Alright, let's have dinner. So now I have a bunch of steps. And not that it's really going to matter, but hey, why not? Do I know what this room is? I don't. I don't know what this room is. So, where's our paintings? We have the bar chart, and I've never seen this one before. What is this? It's a crate. A crate and a cart, or a chart and a crate. No, it doesn't quite make sense. Because it's always a missing letter. It's not a letter that's changed. It's a missing letter. I've never seen this one before, though. bar chart, a line chart too. It's both. That looks like a crate. A box, not a box, a crate. I mean, chart and crate have very similar letters, but it's not quite the same as the rest of them, just missing a letter from one to the other. I'm gonna have to write this down. All right, we found the dining room. Well, we didn't find it, but... And then we had the crate, the bar chart. I need to figure out what that letter is. Do we have a chess piece in here? We do. We have a white pawn. Okay. Ooh, wine. Can I have wine with my dinner? I don't even get wine? Let's see how it is. Alright, well now that we have a bunch of steps, let's just keep going, I guess. Wine cellar. I've never been in the wine cellar, but I don't have enough gems for that. I don't want to go in the laboratory. That basically ends the turn. I don't know what the thing is up here, the letter is. So let's go north. Let's go to the library. Oh, I ordered a book too last time. Didn't I? I did. All right, nice. All right, so we have... What are these? That's a chef and a chief. So the difference is an I for this room. Chef and chief. Library. Chief. Chef. All right, so an I goes before an F? IF blank W something? What word does that? Unless it's I and then there's a four-letter word after it. Maybe each row isn't necessarily a singular word. What's the F? What's the missing F there? What were the pairs? I just want to make sure I have the... It's flight and light. So yeah, that would be an F. That makes a lot of sense. Unless there's some other way to describe those paintings that has a different missing letter. Alright, what book did I get last time? A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. Ooh, we have a bunch of dates. We have a bunch of dates. I don't want to miss out on dates. I hope I took a screenshot of this last time. If not, I'll just go back and check my recordings. Alright. Library. Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. Dates. Alright, A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, a modest account of our town by Sir Andrew Darrell. This is like the postcard. Introduction. The third largest city in Fen Ares, and the site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and charming underground bazaar reward visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. Botanical Gardens. Reddington's most popular attraction and guaranteed crowd pleaser, the Botanical Gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its Ajaran canopy house and mausoleum, its petal-covered trails, and mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime is Reddington's busy season. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offer a scenic and captivating tableau of natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in the picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. Ilex S. messervii, a specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountains. Holly keeps coming out, I think. It's come up a few times. I think sometimes your house is called Holly at the end of the day. I'm just going to screenshot this page. All right, Featherfall Keep. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by some scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epson, has until recently always been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era. After the death of Lord Epson, his oldest son, Lionel Epson, left the estate never to return. However, the daughter stayed, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be family residence and began operating as a historic house museum and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. It is still believed that by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Orinda Aries when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. Okay. Let's go Reddington, Featherfall Keep. Trinsdale Lake. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fen Airy's premier vacation destinations, exclusive for more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the views and rub elbows with rich and famous in the 100 Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. I wonder if any of these things in here are going to be clues to some of the drawings that I don't know. Let's take a screenshot of that Trinsdale Lake. Mount Holly. At an elevation of 11,220 feet, Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in the Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded, whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly, nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle. This 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of Mount Holly Schoolhouse in 1966. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. I wonder if that's this house. Wait up. How long is this book? I I've been talking so long today that my voice is actually starting to get a little worn out. Let's see. What's this called? Mount Holly? Okay. Mainwhale Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar. But don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Reddington's central railway station in a time when the Realms trains were still in service. Now the turnstiles, footbridge, and platform have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you are bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventures in Reddington. Alright, what is this? Mainway Station Bazaar. Alright, Trinsdale Lake. Oh, a map. I love maps. Trinsdale Lake. 100 Bells. Arius River. Burham's End. Mount Perma. Featherfall Keep. Reddington. Mainway Station. Botanical Gardens. Something Park. Mount Holly. Mount Holly we could see from the terrace I saw Mount Holly from. I saw Mount Holly from the terrace. And there was also a building off to the... Where? Alright, I'm going to take a screenshot of this first. Reddington map. Alright, when we were in the terrace, we were looking west. And I saw Mount Holly to the west. So that would mean we were over here. If this is accurate. And I saw some buildings to the south. I don't know. All right, well. What else can we do today? All right. So we only got through, I think I'm going to have to call it the stream there, but we only got through 2 days today, but I feel like I made a huge amount of progress. Figuring out what the letters actually sort of mean. Finding some rooms we've never found before. So I feel like today was very productive. Very productive. It says Mount Holly Estate. Mount Holly Estate. Is that listed on the map? Mount Holly Estate. Are we in the mountains? I don't think we're at Featherfall Keep, but that kind of makes sense too. I don't know. All right. Well, yeah. I think we're going to call it there. I'm going to save and quit. And then, yeah, we'll just call it a stream there.